when you are waking up spiritually, you are going to go through so many new friend circles, right? Your vibration is increasing. Think about that old vibration that you were in. That's where all your friends are at. That's where your family members are at. Now, when you increase your vibration or spiritually awaken yourself, right, you have to let them go. Right? And the most common mistake that I see when people get into the spiritual path and beginning their spiritual journey is getting attached to the old relationships, right? Because attachment creates suffering. We know that from the Buddha, right? We know that because whatever you're attached to, even if it's something positive and you're justifying it in your mind, you are going to create suffering. That suffering is eventually going to lower your vibration and not allow you to truly manifest and truly get to where you want to be in life. Right? So it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, what's happening in the matrix, what's going on in your friends circle, whatever they're bringing up, whatever topic or negativity or energetic vampireness that they're bringing onto you, do not let it suck you dry. You see these topics, whether it's political debates, environmental, global warming, right? These heated topics get very quickly riled up, right? You get all riled up and that energy is very depleting, especially if you identify with the word empath or light worker, starseed, someone who is already an old soul, right? You're going to be subject to this type of energy because these are like moths to the flame coming to you for guidance, right? These souls don't know any better. They're doing it out of their own subconscious belief. They seriously don't know any better. They're just coming to you like moths to the flame. And what's going to happen is eventually, inevitably, you naturally want to help. I get it, right? And this is where the trap is, because the only true help that you can give them is by practicing authenticity, letting them come to your vibration. You see, because you have to avoid this mistake, right? Let me just tell you from my own experience, I can tell you how many times I've been dragged down to these conversations, to these defensive arguments, right? Over meaningless subjects, right? When all of that energy could have been put right here within, into my own practice, into my own home, my own family, cultivating these skills, cultivating that oneness, going deeper into the 5D consciousness that we're all supposed to be doing instead of pulling us into that 3D, into that separation, into that fear, right? So all of this comes down to your ability to be in that 5D and be into that oneness instead of getting caught into the 3D, right? Because remember, you're multidimensional. You're everything. So you have the ability to go into that unconditional love, into that empathy, into that compassionate zone, or you have the ability to step into the fear and the blaming and the shaming and the defending, right? And that's what social media is all about. So, see me on social media gossiping or spending too much time there, right? I create content. I really put this vibration out there, right? And I want as many souls to awaken as possible. That's the intention of the Infinite Cup. Shout out to everybody right now on the path, awakening. Okay, because it's not easy, right? And yes, you're doing the work, whether you're cleansing with the nutrition, you're detoxing, you're turning the light body on, right? Getting into affirmations, mantras, unblocking the chakras, getting into the third eye, all of these awesome mystical things, right? People in 3D are going to completely shame and blame you for, right? They're going to create more pressure and to pull you down into their lower vibration, right? And naturally, you are going to listen because of that old dependency or that old attachment that you created in your mind. You see, you have to let it go. Let me give you these 3 simple words for advice. This is the mantra. This is the exact technique. Let go, surrender, and repeat. That's it. That's all you have to remember. You're going to come through these difficult points. You're going to have these speed bumps on the road. I guarantee it, right? And what are you going to do about it? Let go, surrender, and repeat. Let go, which is catching yourself in that situation. And you're saying, you know what? I have to let my higher self in. You see, because the ego can only get you so far, right? Surrendering to the fact that the ego has to really unclench, right? Put the gloves away, right? There is no more fighting here. Let that magic into your life. Let that higher self in to bring that perception to open and expand your cup, right? And then repeat that process. Repeat it and repeat it as many times as it takes, whether you're catching yourself through a social media post, right? And there's a troll coming in through the comment section, right? Whether you're catching yourself with that family member when you got invited over to dinner, right? Or in that relationship that you're in when you're talking about going vegan or whether or not you're going to get the jab, whether the vaccine is going to help you or not, whether COVID is real or not, these very intense conspiracies that are floating around about aliens, UFOs, it doesn't matter what the subject is. right? When you're anchoring your vibration, when you're manifesting, you have to keep these things personal, right? That's what you're doing. You're developing a relationship with the Almighty, right? This Krishna consciousness, this Christ consciousness, Yeshua, whatever you want to put a label on this, enlightenment, right? You have to make this personal. This is a very personal relationship, a very personal journey that you're cultivating here. There's no need to compare or to even share the progress, right? There's really no need for that validation on social media or your family members or any of that, right? You have to keep going. You have to put in the work. There's no way around that. And no, there's going to be people throwing booby traps along the way. Watch out for those people. You know who I'm talking about. You've experienced them, right? Now, how many times does it take before you completely have to draw that healthy boundary and say, I've had enough? This is the biggest lesson, honestly, on the spiritual path. And this is going to happen time and time again. It's not like you just do it once. Can't tell you how many friend circles I've been through, how many times I've had to do this process, and then you anchor to that new vibration and you meet new people, which is wonderful. And then guess what? You still grow, right? You still growing. This process does not stop. As long as you have this physical body, this physical form, and you've incarnated right here, this process does not stop. So keep going on this path and know these roadblocks are going to come. And now you know what to do. All right. Trust me, it's going to happen. And this will create more expansive energy. And this is not spiritual bypassing. I'm not talking about avoiding these people. No, I'm talking about loving them even more. Right. Loving them where they're at and say, guess what? I recognize this is your opinion on this, and I'm going to do me, and you got to do you. That's it. Period. End of discussion. Move on to the next thing. Right. I want to let you know that you have the capability to do this. And this is by far the best method that I've ever come up with in order to truly get to that next level instead of being caught and stuck into that old triggering moment, right? Again, whether it's happening on social media, real life, it doesn't matter, okay? Because it's all energy. You see, everything is energy, and it's a test to your vibration. Where are you calibrating at? Where are you at on that energetic scale, right? That's what this is all about. I want to let you know that you're being guided to this message. Thank you all for being here. Shout out to the Inner Circle message. Shout out to all the Patreon all of you, everybody on Patreon, everybody. Your support really keeps this channel alive. Seriously, I would not be here without you. We have a beautiful satsang. The tribe is growing over on Patreon, over the Inner Circle group. Check it out. The link is in the description below. If you're listening on the podcast, jump over to my social media. Go over to theinfinitecup.com. Check it out. We would love to have you. We are now accepting new Inner Circle members. We communicate on Signal. This is a great app. It's private. It's discreet, right? We're getting around the censorship, talking about all that good stuff that I can't talk about right here on social media. So if you want to take your journey to the next level, we would love to have you. All right. Until next time, guys. Infinite love, infinite peace. I'm out.